Hello, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Epic Madness, and today we're doing my top 10 most influential games. I had a hard time compiling this list, um, not only because I play a lot of video games, but I couldn't remember half of the titles from like PS1 and prior. Um, I came into the game world mostly at PS1. I did play a little bit of Sega and 64, I believe. Um, so not too much Atari or anything prior to that. So these are all 3D games and above. Most of them PS1 because that's far back as I could think. But anyway, let's get a move on with number 10, 4x4 Evolution. So this game here was I played it for the first time in an aunt's house. And what I really liked about this was the off-road. It was on PS1, and the off-road compatibility and open world. So we could play two-player, run around all over these worlds, and if you got stuck, you could equip like a winch to the front of your vehicle and winch the other person out. If you see down in the uh, bottom corner right there, you can actually put the vehicle in two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, high and low, which is really, really cool. To this day, I still have not seen a video game where you could put the vehicle in and out of four-wheel drive in low and high range. You could put lift kits on the vehicles. It's a really, really cool game. And I actually tried getting this game on an Android tablet um, through an emulator, and just didn't really work out too well. But if you like this game too, let me know in the comments below. And like, comment, subscribe. It's all very much appreciated. You can also find me on Patreon just by typing in Epic Madness as spelled above. Um, I will post a link in the description for that. I'm not sure exactly what the link is, but the link will be in the description below, as well as the titles to all of these games. Alright, we're moving on to number 9. This is an all-time favorite of a lot of people. This is the original Grand Theft Auto, where it had an up-above view. Um, Open world, once again, you can drive around wherever you want, and at least after you opened the bridge to go across and you opened up different areas, that was always a pain. But this really opened the world for cheat codes, and I played this on the PS1 a little bit late. I didn't get it initially when it first came out. I'm only 27 years old, so I was a bit young when this first came out to be playing it, so it wasn't really a game I was allowed to play. But I did end up playing it eventually, and I loved it. Along with the rest of the Grand Theft Auto. In the future, we'll be doing a 100% Grand Theft Auto playthrough. 100% meaning all the achievements, everything done in the game, 100% completion on GTA 5, I believe it is. So stay tuned in, like, comment, subscribe if you like this game as well. Let me know what your favorite part of the game was. Moving right along to number 8, GTA 3. Now this was a groundbreaking game. I believe it was on PS2. It's their initial release, and what made this game so great was that it was the first Grand Theft Auto that had three-dimensional graphics, like you see in this shot over here. Yeah, whichever way it is, right here. um, so it made this game totally different. You could actually see the cars, what they look like. Um, there was still the obnoxious bridge that you had to do so many missions to unlock. But overall, it was a great game, and they've only improved upon it since then. So I still highly recommend Grand Theft Auto 3. If it's been a while since you played through it, play through it again. That is if you still have a PS2. Do those exist anymore? All right, moving right along to number 7, Army Men 3D. This was a PS1 favorite. Um, Maybe PS2. I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up, but it'll be in the description below. Um, so this game was semi-open world. I know I played this a lot as a two-player. We'd run around all over the place, shooting each other, collecting the good weapons, hiding, and trying to snipe each other from across the map. You would think it was Call of Duty, but I was probably about 12 playing this game on the PS1. Awesome game. Highly recommend. If you have not tried it out, try out an emulator. Um, it, it's kind of a one of a kind game. You don't see these like toy army men that you're running around with. You don't really see that too often. So, uh, highly satisfied. Spent a lot of hours playing with this game. But moving right along to number 6, Jurassic Park, my all-time favorite movie, besides Batman, of course. But Jurassic Park, I believe this was on Sega, as I have written up above here. I'm pretty sure it was. So anyway, this was just a platformer game. Um, we ran through as Grant, as you can see there in the photo. And eventually, you got to get to the T-Rex, and with the image above or beside me, I would say you were blowing him up with grenades. Um, but you would go through a lot of the structures that were shown in the movie. It was a pretty advanced game for Sega. But moving right along to number 5, only so quickly because it's related, Jurassic Park: The Lost World. Now this was a PS2 favorite. I know when I got my first PS2, I believe it was a Christmas present for my father. Um, we Maybe it was PS1. I don't even remember. Goodness. Um, PS1. That's pretty sure that's what it was. But anyway, this was just another platformer game where you ran along as a dinosaur. I never got to finish this game, and I'm really upset about that. I was just looking through some games today, like PS1 games, and came across this. And I was like, wow, I remember playing that so long, like hours upon hours, but not really getting too far. I can't say that I'm the best at platformer games, so that could have been it. Or maybe the fact that I was maybe 10, 12 years old, somewhere around there. So moving right along to number 4, Modern Warfare 2. Now this is more of a modern game. This was Xbox 360, PS3. Um, they might have had a PS2 version of it and the original Xbox. I'm not sure. But anyway, I put this on here, and it's in my top 5 because I spent hours upon hours upon hours upon hours playing this game. When I finally stopped playing it, just because it was causing, like, I would go to sleep and dream about sniping people. That was my screen name. It was something to do sniper, I believe. And I was a camper. I was a hardcore camper. But I was 3rd prestige. That means you got to the max level 3 times, gave up all your weapons. I mean, I've seen people that were 10th prestige, but 3rd prestige took me countless hours, countless amount of time. So I put this in my top 5 because I put a lot of time into it, and to this day, I was kind of disappointed when I got Call of Duty Infinite Warfare because I'm not into the whole space thing at all. And I hate that game, except for the zombies portion of it, which we'll do some live gameplay of that coming up as well. I got a lot planned for this channel, so like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe so you can catch all this good stuff that's coming up that you don't see on any other channels. But anyway, I was kind of upset with Infinite Warfare because it did not. It came with the Modern Warfare 1 remastered. I was expecting it to come with Modern Warfare 2 remastered when they first announced the game. But I thought they were going to remaster both of them. And maybe even number 3, the Black Ops were great. I would say Call of Duty as a whole, I wouldn't say it was a great series by any means. Um, I did invest a lot of time into it, but I stopped after Modern Warfare 2, and I played a little bit of Black Ops, and there's nothing like, and the reason I stopped playing, there's nothing like getting sniped across the map on the complete other end of the map with a shotgun by a 6-year-old. um, and I say that lightly because there's videos on my channel of my 8-year-old son playing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare online, and I'm just shaking my head like there is just what has happened. Very disappointed in it. But anyway, the shotgun, I remember the dual wield, double shot. Yeah, they were double barrel shotguns. I remember playing with my father. We each had an Xbox, same house, kind of odd. And just running through, we would hold buildings and just run through them with the super speed. I don't remember the names of the perks, but super speed, fast reloading, and just pick people off as we were going. It was so much fun. Had a lot of fun with it. Can't say the same for the other Call of Duties, other than the zombie aspect of it. But enough rambling about Call of Duty. We're going to move on to number 3, Gran Turismo. All right, so big topic here. I had the first copy I had was a PS1 copy, and it had 2 discs in it. It was the simulation disc and the arcade disc. Um, for whatever reason, one of them got broken, and I had to have the chip installed in my PS1 to play burnt games, and I had a friend burn it for me. So I still got to play it. But this is the first game that I completed the entire way through, and I loved it. High speed ring for the win. I just noticed now that they don't really have a lot of options for cars. I was looking at the screenshots of the game to obtain a photo, and there was only like 6 or 7. It was like TVR, Chevy, Honda, Acura, um, and just a couple manufacturers. There wasn't a lot of cars. So then we move on to Gran Turismo 2, and then it opens up the world drastically. You have thousands of cars, um, and they just keep on improving and improving and improving. Now I know that the Gran Turismo series have released a couple different varieties of the game, and they have an upcoming release, which you'll hear it first on our channel about the release notification, because we'll be notified by Sony. And anyway, I don't even know what to say. I mean, Gran Turismo has always been a favorite. It does not compete with Forza uh, in a lot of different, as far as PlayStation, Xbox is concerned. It doesn't. Forza is 10 times better for realism. But we'll see what Sony has to bring out coming up. So moving right along to number 2, Twisted Metal, Sweet Tooth. All right, so Twisted Metal. I put this on here as the first Twisted Metal because I remember playing it on PS1 all the time. It was an awesome game to play with friends. It was an awesome game to play through the story mode. And I recently got the PS3. Well, not recently, but a couple years ago, I played through the PS3 version with my father. And I was pleasantly surprised. They really told the story of Sweet Tooth and Axel and all the other players, and it was kind of cinematic, and I really enjoyed it. And if you have not played it, get it. Um, believe it. I'm not sure if it was Twisted Metal 3, but it would have been the only Twisted Metal for PS3. But there is no other game that is similar to this, where you can put guns and stuff on your vehicles. Well, you can't put them on; they kind of come with the guns on. But you can just run around, shoot stuff, and blow stuff up, and get power ups, get rockets, get all kinds of different stuff, and just blow each other up. Such an awesome game. Um, so definitely, if you have not checked out the latest version of it, check it out. If you still have a PS3, a lot of us still have PS3s, with the exception of me. Um, So moving right along to our number one, and if you can guess what it is, take a guess right now, because I bet you're going to be wrong. Not a lot of people have played this number one game, only because they have moved from console to PC and then back to console. So they kind of have a heading now, but a lot of people missed their prime in between time. Um, but here we go. Diablo for PS1. And I remember that photo. This reversal stuff is getting to me really badly. That is the Butcher. It was level 2 in the Labyrinth. And when you got to him, was it level 2 or level floor 3? 2 or 3. Anyway, that was the first boss that you encountered. The next one was on floor 3 or 4, and it was a skeleton. Um, and the way it worked, so when you're in the floors of a cathedral for the first like 5 floors, then you go to catacombs, I guess it is, and then you go to hell, and then you ultimately fight Diablo himself. Um, well, this is one of the few games that I was able to reach the max character level, defeat Diablo, and have fun doing it. And the replayability was definitely there. You get all kinds of epic weapons, and it was an awesome two-player game. And at some points you had to have 2 players. And it moved away from console and moved to computer for Diablo 2, which I did play that as well. That Diablo 2 had 4 different acts to it, and took you to a different surrounding area every act. So it was really, really cool. Diablo 3, I picked that up on computer right away because they didn't offer it on console. As soon as it came out, I picked it up with my friend, and we played and played and played and played. Very thrilled with it. It was an awesome game. I leveled up to the max level. Got a lot of weapons and made a lot of money in the marketplace. With some, we would, after we beat the game, and we found out that there was no replayability at all. Um, we would farm levels and get rare and epic loot and place it on the marketplace and made a couple $100 that way in real money. What? Making money off of a video game? Unheard of. So anyway, we played Diablo 3, and then it came out on console. I tried it, and I was like, you know what? This is the exact same game that I played through twice on the computer. They have, they really didn't do anything to it. Maybe add a character. Just didn't have the replayability that Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 had. But nonetheless, it's still my top game, and I play this on an emulator on my phone all the time. It's an awesome game, and I really, really enjoy it. So if you have not played Diablo, you can get it on an emulator on your phone, a PS1 emulator. You can also pick up Diablo 3 on the Xbox Store, PS4 Store, or on your computer on Blizzard Entertainment. Same people that bring you WoW and countless other games that nobody plays. Anyway, I would like to thank you for tuning in and watching this today, and actually caring what my top 10 games are. I will start. I will say that the past 11, 12 days on YouTube have been a tremendous success for me, and as you can see by my views, which I'm looking at right now, it's like 56,000 views in the past 11 days. That is awesome, and over 100 subscribers, unheard of, and I thank you for all the support that you've given me, and please keep it up. I can't say that I'm making a killing financially on YouTube, because I'm not. I do these videos because I enjoy playing video games and I enjoy sharing them with other people. But please keep watching videos, subscribe, comment. I will interact with you. That's what I do. I'm not afraid to interact with you. Unlike a lot of YouTubers that I follow, I'll comment leave multiple comments, never hear anything back from them, not even a thank you. I have vowed to reply to every single comment that's made that deems a reply. If you're just saying awesome video, I'm going to say thanks. If you're just saying, hey, what game was that you featured? And where can I get it? I'm going to go and I'm going to look for a link to find that game for you. So I'm dedicated to you. Thank you. Subscribe, comment, and like.